if you're focusing on them, if any of you are still focusing on the outside fucking world, on the person, that's obsession. And that is not what I teach. And if anyone else is teaching that and they're a law or assumption teacher, they've completely got this wrong. Persisting or obsessing. If you're doing it in an obsessive way, that's not persisting. If you're obsessing about your person, darling, that's not what I fucking teach. But if you're obsessively thinking new thoughts about yourself, how is that obsessive? I'm so great, I'm perfect, everything I do is wonderful, I do everything right. That's not obsessive, that's new great thinking about yourself. You're doing this wrong. If you're focusing on them, if any of you are still focusing on the outside fucking world, on the person, that's obsession. And that is not what I teach. And if anyone else is teaching that and they're a law or assumption teacher, they've completely got this wrong. Have you ever read a Neville book where he says, think about your person all day. Think about making them conform. Send them SP affirmations. I've read every Neville book and every Neville lecture known to man. Never once heard him mention that. And yet, that's what 99.9% of the manifestation teachers who think they're teaching you law of assumption teach you. And then they say stupid shit like, oh, self-concept is also important. No, bitch. Your concept of yourself is what manifests. So what are you talking about? Oh, you think concept means self-love or self-esteem or healing yourself. Please go and listen to some Neville lectures. Please stop making videos until you understand what this means. Your I amness is what reflects out and people reflect it back. If you don't change what you think you are, nothing changes. So what the fuck are you doing telling people to constantly focus on their person, obsess about their person, do SP affirmations, lie in bed all night thinking about your person, ruminating about your person, when that's not what manifests your person back? You're meant to be stepping into the new state of you and changing your negative thinking that you have about yourself that will help your mental state. This is a process of helping your mental state to go from the shitty state you're in now to the good state. If anyone's not teaching it that way and they're teaching obsession and focusing on another person and focusing on the outside of you, then of course you're going to feel mentally not great. Is it better to focus 80% on your self-concept, 20% on your specific person? Oh, you know why that's better? Because that's what I came up with, Ada. And everyone copies it. Yes, that's the formula I came up with. And if you hear it from anyone else, or they've changed it to 70-30, so it doesn't sound like they've copied me. I say 20%. I'd rather you didn't think about your SP at all, but 20% is just because you're going to be thinking about the money.